Doomsday opens with, here's what we're doing. Are you ready? Don't think you are. Boom. Now you ready? No, you're still not. Hey everybody, Colton here, and in this one we've got a question from Chris, and spoiler warning, by the way. Chris has some potential spoilers in his question, so spoiler warning if you don't want to know anything possibly about Avengers Doomsday. Granted, I'm not sure why you clicked the video if that's the case, but there's your warning. Chris asks, I am hearing that not only does Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man die in the beginning of Avengers Doomsday, but that Hugh Jackman's Wolverine does too. Are they seriously going to kill off the two goats at the start of the film and rob us of having them in Avengers Secret Wars? All right. Really great question, Chris. I saw that report as well. I believe it was either My Time to Shine Hello or I believe Daniel RPK that leaked this bit of news. So the report is that we are going to see both of those characters die in the opening of the film. So let's do a little history and then we'll get into your question. Initially, there were reports that Deadpool, Wolverine, and Tobey's Spider-Man had scenes together and spent most of their time together in Doomsday. Like any scene where we were seeing Deadpool and Wolverine, or any scene where we were seeing Tobey's Spider-Man, that they were going to be together. Now, keep in mind, none of those characters have been confirmed, by the way, for Avengers Doomsday. Do I believe that they are in there? Yes, I wholeheartedly believe that Tobey is in the movie. I wholeheartedly believe that Hugh Jackman's Wolverine is in the movie, Deadpool as well. So those initial reports came out, and then some more reports started coming out saying that we were going to see a big war, like collision, an incursion happening between Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man universe and the Fox X-Men universe, and that the X-Men are experiencing a lot of incursions. They're running into lots of universes, and that they are being put in a situation where they are having to destroy all of these other universes in order to save their own. And that Avengers Doomsday would open with the Fox X-Men universe and the Tobey Spider-Man universe, the two like most popular Marvel universes outside of the MCU, the two OG universes, like Chris said. I mean, these are the two OGs, Hugh Jackman, Wolverine, Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man. The reports were is that we would see the X-Men destroy the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man universe. Then some more reports started coming out. It's like this drip, 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 different people saying different things, and, you know, some of it lining up, that actually, and this was the most recent one, I believe, Deadpool and Wolverine would be sent to the Tobey universe to handle that specific incursion, and that we would see Hugh Jackman's Wolverine and Deadpool fighting Tobey's Spider-Man. Remember, those initial reports also said that Alfred Molina's Doc Ock would be there. And that most recent report said that we would see Tobey Maguire die, I believe, at the hands of Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, or perhaps it didn't get that specific. It just said that we would see Deadpool and Wolverine go there and Tobey would die. Now, we talked about at the time, could that be that the reason they're killing Tobey is because Tobey is standing in their way, he's defending their universe? Or could it be that Tobey is the anchor being of that universe, something that we learn a lot about in Deadpool and Wolverine? Deadpool and Wolverine are very familiar with the TVA and the concept of anchor beings. Perhaps they know that if they kill Tobey, that universe's anchor being, that is what will destroy that universe, thus making it to where it begins to decay, and the incursion happening no longer would affect the X-Men universe, because now that Tobey universe was like dying from inside, and so it's the only one that would die. Maybe that's what would happen there. Now, in this report today, we're hearing that they both die. Hugh Jackman's Wolverine and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, the big two, the king and king of Marvel. If you were going to do a Mount Rushmore, Tobey's Spider-Man is on there, Hugh's Wolverine is on there, RDJ is on there as Tony Stark, and then probably, Chris Evans, Captain America, right? Those are your big four if you're going to do a Rushmore. So having Avengers Doomsday open with Hugh Jackman, Wolverine, and Tobey Maguire Spider-Man in the midst of an incursion and battling one another, that is just sounds awesome. Sign me the hell up. I'm all here for it. I have not been liking these reports of Tobey dying. I'm not liking these reports of Hugh dying because, look, there's the weight of bringing these characters back, right? You could say, oh, it's nostalgia. It's, they're just, farming nostalgia and all this. Look, this is Doomsday and Secret Wars, okay? If you're gonna have Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man, Hugh Jackman, Wolverine together, this is the time to do it. And really, if I said that kind of backwards. If you're doing Secret Wars, you gotta bring back Hugh Jackman, Wolverine, Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man, especially after you just brought them back in this saga. We had Tobey in No Way Home, had Hugh and Deadpool and Wolverine. They're both part of this saga. You gotta keep them around for Doomsday and Secret Wars. And this report of them dying at the beginning of Doomsday, that's kind of crazy, and I don't really believe it. Now, maybe we could see a scenario where they appear to die, and then at the end of the film, we learn that they didn't. They're actually in the void or something, or Loki got them, and maybe they have a big role in Secret Wars, which has been reported that Deadpool and Wolverine do have a pretty significant role in Secret Wars. I hope that's true. I personally have been saying that I could see Tobey dying in Doomsday, and that could set up for Andrew and Tom to have the bigger Spider-Man role in Secret Wars, and perhaps they're avenging, their dead brother, maybe trying to, save his world and all of that. But even in a scenario where they kill off, say, a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man in Doomsday, I think you save that for more toward the end of the film, or at least the middle of the film. I don't think that you just open Doomsday with Tobey Maguire Spider-Man dying. I mean, I guess that would be kind of ballsy, sure. And it would deliver that emotional hit, make you really pissed off and maybe mad at the X-Men, and everyone would feel it, right? It's a great tool they have in their tool belt there to be able to kill off a beloved character, a Spider-Man, no less, without it having significant impacts on what they could continue to do with the other films, and of course bring in the other Spider-Man. It's a great option for them to get all of the emotional impact of it without robbing too much from the rest of the film or Secret Wars. But I do think they're kind of robbing a little bit, because this is the time. We're probably never going to get Raimi Spider-Man 4. We're not going to get much more Tobey Spider-Man after Secret Wars, probably any. We're not going to get any, probably not much Andrew either. They're going to let, after Secret Wars and we get the reboot, it's probably going to be all Tom until he finally, is recast eventually. So this is the time that if we're going to get some more Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, Doomsday and Secret Wars is the place to do it. And if they give him like this huge, big scene at the beginning of Doomsday, and we do get to see him interact with Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, and he happens to die there, I guess that's fine. Give him that big heroic send-off. I mean, it is going to be a super crowded movie. It's an MCU movie. We have MCU proper characters that need time. Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth and, RDJ coming back as Doom. Those are the leads of the movie. I get that. It's their saga or whatever, but I personally would hope that if they bring Tobey back, it's for more than just one badass scene at the beginning and then he's killed. But I could live with it. What I could not live with is if they kill Hugh Jackman's Wolverine too. That is a no for me, dog. I mean, it's no secret that I want Hugh Jackman's Wolverine to continue into the MCU post-Secret Wars. I think they should do more stuff with him and Deadpool. They can just print money with those movies, and then you can do X-Men stuff and not have to not feel the pressure to put a Wolverine in the X-Men stuff, and actually let other X-Men shine and have their own movies for a while and do your Wolverine stuff over with Deadpool. That's what I would do. So here's what could happen. If this report's true, let's say it's true, that opening scene happens and we are left with the impression that Hugh's Wolverine and Tobey's Spider-Man have died, and I guess maybe Deadpool makes it out, right? Or maybe lands in the void or something. It's kind of teasing what I'm about to say. If that happens and we find out, oh, they didn't actually die, they're back, that does feel a little cheap. So I hope it would at least feel more open-ended, like we're not sure at the beginning of the movie if they actually died. Maybe it kind of felt that way. But then we could perhaps learn, like toward the end of the movie, that Loki actually stepped in and nabbed them. And he's like putting together his multiversal team, and like perhaps that's setting up something for Secret Wars. We're actually going to be talking in a second here. I got a question about some Loki reports today that he actually doesn't have that big of a role in the film. So maybe Loki, Tobey, Hugh, maybe they just have these brief moments in Doomsday and they're being set up for a bigger role in Secret Wars. So hopefully that's what's happening. I just really don't see them killing off Tobey and Hugh, Spider-Man and Wolverine at the beginning of this movie. Granted, I have heard that the beginning of the movie is just wild and like it walks up and it pretty much unzips its pants, it drops its nuts on the table and says, "Yeah, this is what we're doing." Sorry for that very vulgar example, but I've heard it really like stakes its claim. Like Doomsday opens with, "Here's what we're doing. Are you ready? Don't think you are." Boom. Now you ready? No, you're still not. And that's the vibe that Doomsday opens with. It is very like, here we go. Crazy ass shit, can't believe it. And killing off Tobey, Spider-Man, and Hugh's Wolverine certainly would be a way to really get the audience to go, "Oh, damn, okay, I'm invested. What are we doing here?" But I'm hopeful we get a little bit more time with them before they kill them off. Because yes, killing those characters off, Hugh too, even though I don't want it, those are characters that we've been following for, God, 25 years, going on 30 years. And they are characters that, yes, you can now start planning to retire. And this could be the great moment to, if you want to kill some characters off in these movies, have some big stakes. Those are like some great characters to do it with, because like I said toward the beginning, they have that huge emotional impact, but they also aren't like robbing you too much of like stuff that you wanted to do in the future, because there probably isn't too much planned for those actors playing those characters in the future. Especially with Tobey, I really hope they do have more plans with Hugh, but eventually he's going to age out of it, right? And they'll want a new Wolverine. So yeah, maybe this is the movie. Secret Wars is the movie to do it. But the beginning of Doomsday, that's just my jaw will be on the floor. Even after hearing this supposed spoiler, my jaw is going to be on the floor if they actually do it. All right. Thanks so much for the question, Chris. I appreciate it.
You're still here. It's over. Go home.